Hi everyone, my name is Christina Kim. I'm a technical account manager at Ingram Micro supporting our IBM Cloud and SaaS business. And today I want to talk a little bit about our IBM Cloud for VMware solutions, what they are, and how you can kind of figure out which of your customers would be a good fit for this type of solution. So starting from kind of the top, more and more we're seeing a huge trend towards VMware workloads moving towards one version of the public cloud or another. Gartner states that 50 million or more VMware VMs that currently reside on premises are going to be in the cloud by 2021. It's an exploding market, and we want our customers to be a part of that move. And so when it comes to VMware in the IBM Cloud, there's actually quite a history there. IBM and VMware first partnered up in 2016, and IBM Cloud was actually the first public cloud on the market that actually offered this full end-to-end VMware IaaS solution. And so some things you'll want to know about the VMware and the IBM Cloud solution. It is a single tenant bare metal solution. It's co-architected with IBM VMware. All of these solutions are vetted very heavily before they ever end up in a customer's environment. And they will also, both IBM and VMware will support you along the way as you kind of transition into this model of business. Because it's single tenant bare metal, it's a dedicated environment. It follows the cloud business model, so that recurring revenue model that everyone's chasing, this falls right into that. One of the really great things that we always try to stress when we talk about VMware IBM Cloud solutions is that there is no vendor lock-in, there are no new tools, so your teams can really easily get used to selling this type of solution and implementing and supporting this type of solution. IBM Cloud actually won VMware's 2017 Partner of the Year award. It's a really strong partnership, and we're seeing more and more features being added to this specific solution set. So we're really excited to bring our partners into this world and then continue to see how it grows over time. So when it comes to VMware on IBM Cloud, when we're talking about the value proposition, there's usually three things there. The first one is sort of the general move to the cloud and everything that comes with that. The scalability, the way in which you pay, and the way in which you can budget for this type of investment. There's also the compatibility. IBM's put a lot of focus into playing nicely with other vendors and other technologies, and you'll find a lot of that in this solution suite. And finally, it's just the workload portability. How quickly and how easily can you actually migrate workloads and get those workloads up and running in a cloud environment? And so when it comes to IBM Cloud and VMware solutions, there are really three main ones that you're looking at. The first one is the VMware vSphere on IBM Cloud. This is the one that we're seeing a lot of traction in our community with. It's very much a design and build your own. So we're finding that clients who are used to an MSP model or are very used to running their own data center right now, they feel a lot of comfort with this VMware vSphere option in particular because you are building it from the ground up yourself with IBM and VMware support. You're able to actually access down to the hypervisor level, you get root access, and you're really able to get your hands around this software and this hardware despite the fact that it's not actually in your personal data center. IBM bare metal options are basically customizable servers that'll get spun up single tenant within 2 to 4 hours of ordering. And so you can actually customize all of the components within that server so that it emulates what you currently have now, or it has the improvements that you want if you're looking for some hardware improvements through this cloud migration. And so there's sort of this build your own option with VMware vSphere, and then moving over to the other side, there are two options that are more automated and a little bit more of a full solution set. So the VMware vCenter server on IBM Cloud and the VMware Cloud Foundation. This allows you to actually go ahead and provision those VMware licensing right alongside your IBM Cloud spend right when you provision it, and then it's all bundled into one monthly bill. Makes it really easy to pay for your VMware investment as well as your IaaS spend. This really allows you to still have that level of control that your admins and folks need, but also kind of takes away a lot of the build your own aspects if that's not as much what your customer is looking for. We'll go into a little bit more of what these look like, but at the end of the day, when it comes to selecting the right VMware option for you, it really just comes down to what kind of flexibility your customer is looking for, what kind of experience they already have with VMware, and at the end of the day, what are they looking for? Are they looking for something that they can actually build on their own and really get their hands dirty with, or are they looking for something that's a little bit more automated, a little bit more of a full solution, and less worry on the back end of actually building that VMware stack? And so you can see here that we move from most to least flexibility. The features are different with each one, with many optional features as well available to you. And of course, with the vSphere on IBM Cloud, one really important thing to note is that it is a BYOL environment. And so if your customers already made an investment in those VMware licenses, they certainly don't have to just lose those investments. They can just bring them right over to the cloud and still make the most of that spend that they might have done a couple of years back. And so we find that with these three options and the other optional add-ons that are available within each of them, you get a lot of flexibility, and you can usually find a good package that's going to fit your individual customers' needs. When it comes to use cases, they pretty much follow the use cases that we're seeing in the rest of the cloud migration movement that's happening in our industry. One of the big ones, probably the biggest one we talk about, is just data center consolidation, whether it's I have legacy hardware that I need to retire, or I need more space, I need more compute power, but I'm not looking to expand my data center footprint. There are a lot of different ways to work around that. More and more often we see people turning towards the cloud, and because you're able to keep using these VMware tools that you're very used to in your on-premise data center, it's a very short learning curve for your on-prem data center administrators to then be able to take on managing and monitoring and controlling the cloud side of their data center as well. Capacity expansion we briefly covered as well. DR and backup we're seeing a lot if these are workloads that you may want to run on-prem day to day, but you do want to have a robust DR and backup solution. Public cloud is a really great way to do that. Like I said, bare metal servers are generally spun up in 2 to 4 hours, so whether you want to spin one up at the point of disaster where recovery is needed, or you want to have one spinning in the event of a disaster, either way, there's a lot of flexibility there in how you'd like to plan out your public cloud DR and backup strategy. And then finally, security and compliance. All IBM IaaS data centers are SOC 1, 2, and 3 compliant. There's a whole other host of regulations and compliances that these data centers also meet. We're happy to have the conversation around my customer is in X industry, they have these compliances that they need to meet. Is IBM Cloud a good fit for them? We do find a lot of the times that customers who think that their workloads may not be ready for a public cloud come to find that they might not be ready for some of the other competitors, but because there is this bare metal single tenant option in the IBM Cloud data centers with the bare metal offering, they might be ready for the public cloud just in a slightly different way than what they were thinking. And so we just really quickly ran through an intro of the 3 VMware on IBM Cloud solutions that are currently being offered by IBM. We would love to have a conversation that's a little bit more specific towards your end users' needs and what they're looking for out of this migration. We'd love to help you scope that out and quote it, and then talk about the services and the other ways that you can make money with that deal other than just selling the IaaS and the VMware licenses. So again, my name is Christina Kim. My email address is on this screen right here. You can feel free to reach out to me, and we'd love to start the conversation around VMware and IBM Cloud.